Wow. At the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you are really going to face one of the biggest opportunities of your life. I really like this so much, and it doesn't really surprise me what's happening right now in your life, because this week starts on the 1st of November and it ends on the 7th of November 2022. So this week is going to be extremely powerful, purely because of these rather spiritual numbers we are dealing with. Number one, you are going to find yourself in the new beginning, my gorgeous Sagittarius. And number 7, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the energies, pay attention to how you feel throughout this week. There are gonna be signs absolutely everywhere, and also pay attention to the power of synchronicity. This week, very often, you are going to come across numbers 222, 777, 555, and 111. Every single time you come across this number, please take this as a blessing, because every time when you see these numbers, whether it's on your time, wherever you come across this, or however you come across this, you have to pay attention to what was on your mind, and you have to release the blockage every single time. This power of this synchronicity, this through your own spirituality, it's going to intensely make you aware and keep on making you aware of the certain blockages, and there are going to be quite a few that you need to pay attention to remove with the power of your mind, because you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, are extremely powerful and very strong when you set your mind to do something. But you can also sometimes be the worst enemy to yourself if you see things in a very negative way, in a really negative in a very negative light. That can also like slow you down like a big mama. It can slow you down way too much. So this is what you need to understand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. And what else I was going to say, that at the beginning of this week, you are most importantly going to be facing one of the biggest opportunities of your life. But that in itself, it's going to like a little bit surprise you, it's going to like a little bit confuse you, but you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. And that in itself, it's going to surprise you and confuse you, because you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, where's this coming from? I expected this, but later on, but something happened. Something happened along the way. You did something karmically absolutely right, and this is your karmic reward. So this is like bringing you an unfoldment in your life that it's to do with the part of your life that you expected, you were waiting for, but it's happening slightly sooner. So this in itself is going to like kind of, oh my God, surprise you a little bit, but at the same time, it's going to highlight the fact that after this moment in time, you need to plan, you need to come up with the plan, because the next 2 months are going to be one of the most powerful months you had in a long time. And even more so, a couple of days after that moment in time, there is such a beautiful person in your life, someone who means to you so much, someone who understands you like quite a lot, whether this is a family member, whether this is a great friend, whether this is someone who you know for such a long time, but you are going to have a really important and very interesting conversation with someone. And that particular person is just gonna like kind of, without you telling them what you're thinking about, you will understand how much this person understands you, and you will understand like you're telepathically connected. Like literally telepathically connected. And there are so many people that we have on our spiritual journey in our lives that we do have such a sacred, shall I say, connection with. So a couple of days later, after that moment in time, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you're going to be talking to someone really important, like whether this is like a brother, mother, father, a sister, friend, but someone really important to you, someone who you feel emotionally connected with. And this important conversation, you are really going to be surprised, because out of the blue, that person is going to point out just exactly what is on your mind, but you didn't even say anything. And they're going to point out, well, you should do this, you should do that. Why are you not doing this? Why you wanted to do this for just such a long time? And this is exactly what you needed, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This is exactly what you needed in order to come out of yourself, in order to come out of your comfort zone. Indeed, this is going to mean to you so much, what they're going to say to you, not what they're going to say to you, but how you're going to feel. You're just going to understand. It's like, oh my God, I didn't even say anything, and they responded to your own question. And even more so, it's really going to make you aware of, like, to not to be like kind of defensive with a certain people in your life as well. The part of all this is you not being defensive with a certain people in your life, because that is gonna like kind of bring your make your determination even more powerful. And I think that also karmically unresolved issues with certain people in your life you have, and you need to work on this as well, because each single aspect of our lives is doing something to us, you know, whether this is to do with the business, whether this is to do with the emotions, whether this is to do with the people in your life. But at the same time, there are some kind of unresolved issues that you're going to have. It also, it's to do with the people in your life that are actually slowing you down more than you can possibly imagine. I know this is completely out of the blue, but this is going to be on your mind, because you are going to hear something very unusual about someone really specific in your life, and you're going to think, what is he talking about? What is she talking about? And then you're going to understand a little bit of an underlying issue that you're going to need to sort out with that particular person. So karmically, your own karma and spiritual journey, it's also kind of like a bringing you things up that quickly you need to brush up on, so your journey ahead can be so much more clear after this moment in time. And yes, our emotions can kind of slow us down and can kind of affect our own progress, whatever we kind of focus on, if these are very important people in our lives, you know. And this energy is like very unique and very sacred. So it's all about like things being completely connected, but it's interesting when they happen at the time when we kind of least expect. Later on, within the next few months, you're gonna realize exactly that this was all like absolutely connected, like there is no tomorrow. I really see a mind-blowing determination at the beginning of this week, and also that determination, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's clearly going to show you that there is something that you need to accept, really, that came to an end, something that you worked on, and it's only making you feel really unhappy now. But you're also going to understand this through people in your life, and through people who you love, and through people who mean to you the most. And by you accepting certain situations, something negative that was really draining your energy so much, but it came to an end a long time, this in itself, it's also going to open the door, not only to the actual new opportunities, but it's going to open the door for some very, very special people, like rather special people, who are going to start entering your life after this moment in time. So it's about you accepting that certain situations, something that was making you feel so negative and sad for a while, it can coming to an end. But as soon as you do this, you will not know this, you will not understand this, that this door is going to close, but another baby is about to open. You know what I mean? So this is what you kind of are not going to be able to understand at this moment in time, but by the time we get to the last part of this week, you will know exactly already. You're going to have a glimpse of what I was talking about. Indeed. The mid part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini. The mid part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. You are going to have a reason for celebration. I like this so much, because by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are already going to make your mind up. This is all going to lead, everything that I said at the beginning of this week, it's going to lead to this point, to the midweek, at around the midweek, where you are going to have one of the most powerful conclusions of your life. You're going to feel extremely happy, extremely excited, because you will know that, you know, there is so much that you will be able to look forward to at this moment in time. You're going to feel such a powerful inspiration. You're going to feel almost artistic, but it's all about this conclusion, but it's more about you being absolutely ready now to go for it. And this in itself, it's really kind of going to really give you pretty much so, sorry, a couple of days after that, there is a very kind of unusual situation that is going to take place. Something completely unexpectedly, it's about to happen. And what is going to happen a couple of days after that moment in time, just the situation that you're going to be part of, it's not going to affect you in a bad way, it's not going to affect you in a negative way, but it's going to bloody surprise you like there is no tomorrow. So very shortly after that, there is going to be an unexpected situation that you are going to have, that you are going to be part of. And this unexpected situation, there's so many different elements going to be connected to it. They're going to be unplanned. So it's not only an unexpected situation like, oh my God, but it's going to be completely unplanned. And so maybe you will be on your way to the shop and you're just going to end up going to the forest. Maybe you will want to go to the forest to chill out a little bit, and then you're just going to change your mind and you're going to go to the shop, completely unplanned. And then something is going to happen. You're going to come across something. Certain group of people, certain situation, and the bottom line is that you are really going, what you're going to see, it's going to surprise you so much. It's going to happen like something very unusual. It's going to happen, but it's going to surprise you a bit because it's going to give you a new idea. It's going to like give you a very, very interesting new idea. And at the same time, that new idea, it's like kind of going to bring such a powerful energy into your life when it comes to fresh thinking. And you are going to realize that you learned something really important about yourself over the last 1 year, which you are going to be able to apply now at this stage in your life. This in itself is going to make you feel even more curious, because you will know that you were prepared for this, but this is going to surprise you. You know, it's going to surprise you. First of all, it's going to be like a new idea, and then you're going to realize, you know, you learned something over the last 1 year that you're going to be able to apply this idea to this situation in your life right now. And even more so, you're going to kind of become a fully aware, after that moment in time, you're going to become fully aware of like a people in your life who you can trust, who you cannot trust. Someone is going to try to wind you up badly. After that, like really badly, someone's going to try to wind you up, like really annoying person. But then at the same time, they are going to show their real face, and you will know exactly like who you can trust and who you cannot trust. And that was just the last bit of thing that is actually going to happen, you know, in your life to kind of like really prepare you for what is to come. The last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, the last part of this week, I love this so much. A fantastic news, a fantastic message about your own achievement, about your own success. You're going to feel extremely happy with yourself because this is to do with an amazing accomplishment. This is going to be very personal to you, and this is going to mean so much to you. This in itself is going to only highlight your desires. It's only going to highlight your ambitions. You're going to feel extremely driven, but you will know exactly what do you need to do and what you don't need to do in terms of like bringing success into your life. So the last part of this week, you're going to feel ridiculously ambitiously driven, and at the same time there are going to be some very unusual ideas that you're going to have around your ambitions. You should go for them, for every single one. And also at the same time, you are going to become aware of like at around the end of the week, like there is an important conversation that you're going to need to have with few different people, and that particular conversation that you're going to become aware of, that you're going to need to have with few different people, there is some kind of like a really kind of a very deep realization that you're going to have about yourself as well, in terms of you understanding that the worst stage in your life, it's actually over. Something that was making you so scared, something that was making you feel so paranoid, something that was making you feel so negative, it's over. That's what you're going to understand through this group of people that I'm talking about. But even more so, you're going to understand that basically, you know, what do you need to move on from your life, and what to kind of face, what to pay attention to, because it's all going to lead towards you feeling so inspired to explore something very, very specific. And this in itself is really going to surprise you. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.